are 1/5 complete with the game, and we soldier on. The next card is a ceremony card that will give us a child counter, and the enemy way is to place 2 intruder counters on the board. That's pretty mild as far as enemy way effects. Those ones that remove men and women counters from our family boxes are the ones that we really don't want. So I think we're going to go ahead and take that. It's a die roll 3, right? So we can use that at some point, and we get a child counter into the family or the passage of time box down here. All right, next card. Oh my God. This is gonna suck. Well, this is the game. This is what happens. So we had Pueblo Revolt, then we had one card, and we had Pueblo Revolt was at the bottom of its tranche of cards, and then Franciscan Faction Ascendant was at the top. And so we have no time to prepare. It's just, you know, punching us in the face, and we didn't get a chance to get that. That was such an unlucky pull. We didn't get a chance to get that out, and we're going to conduct 2 builds here. And I mean, we don't have to. We could do good medicine, but I don't want to do good medicine. Good medicine gives him an extra action point, and maybe I'm not experienced enough with the game to know at this point that we should do that. But screw it. And then we wouldn't be able to buy the next cultural development card, and I want to do that. So maybe this is dumb, but we're doing it. So conduct 2 build instructions. So one goes here, and that kills that corn counter, which who cares? I didn't think I was gonna. And then the other one goes here. So at least we have people ready to stomp on them after they score. All right, and then the card says, all instructions on standby that have a cross swap with places adjacent to them. So the Spanish are becoming more you know, religion-minded, less raid-focused. So let's take a look here. So subvert is going to swap places. I'm pausing because this hasn't happened before. This usually comes out and goes away before this comes out, and I'm just stopped in my tracks. I think I'm doing this right because he's still in play, and you still flip. I think both of these are happening. There's a Pueblo Revolt going on while the Franciscans are spreading religion. All right, so subvert swaps with this, and these 2 are already over here. So nothing else happens. And then we have a 10-point victory point check. Well, the good news there is that at least we got Family D on the map. So we are at 4, 7, 9, 11. 11 to 10 is positive. So let's go ahead and do this. And I'm going to bring you over here so you can watch. So 11 minus the 10 is 1, so we get 1 military. Then we subtract the enemy morale from our military points. So we go down to 1, they go to 0. Increase military points by number of man counters in play. 1, 2, 3. Increase them by 1, 2, 3. Then increase them by outposts. And if you remember on the board, we have 1, 2, 3, unfortunately. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3. He's going to go 2 above us. And the game would be a major defeat if it ended right now. Increase culture points by the number of women in play. We actually have 4 women counters, but you can't go above 9, so we're just going to go up to 9. We lose. We skip the thing about the fort. There's no forts. We may buy a cultural development card. Let's do that in a second. Return our EPs to 0. They're already at 0. Remove 1/2 of the population counters. So once again, we lose a counter in there. All right, and then the only good thing really out of this is that we're going to get cunning level 3 And we're gonna now's a good time to start planning. We're gonna start racking up some APs and getting 2 special elder actions, and that costs 3 culture points. We were at max 9 anyway, so that's pretty good. So now we have 2 of them. That one's unavailable until we reset it via passage of time. And then this guy doesn't hang out on the board the way the other one does. Reset cubes, there's no cubes to reset, so. Wow, okay, here we go. An operations card. I'll just read it to you. This says if card 41 is still in play, and it is, this is card 41, there will be no effect. So no effect. And then roll to see who suffers drought. So pretty much nothing going on there. I say we do a planning, and we can't preempt because we have no APs, so he gets 4. Plus, remember, he gets 1 for here. I have my little red poker chip to remind me. So 4 plus 1 is 5. And while this is in play, we don't manipulate this. We don't roll the dice. He has no red cubes up there yet, so it's 5, and all he does is subjugate, which is pull cubes from the bag. So he spends all 5. We reach into the bag. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, that's not bad. Only 1 red, and the damn green is out of the way. They all go into the recovery limbo. So if we want to go raiding, we can. I don't know that we do. We want to go stomping on these outposts. Yeah, you know what? We want to stomp on these outposts now, because that's going to raise our ferocity. Then we'll go planning later and reduce it then. All right, so he's done, right? So he went first, and he's done. Hi, pardon the abrupt transition here, but I have been forgetting to reset cubes and do some things, and a couple rules errors, and I decided to go back to this one point and redo from here because I made a mistake that I just couldn't live with, which was I allowed Family D to attack this outpost, and Family D has no man counter. And when you don't have enough warriors in your tribe, you can't go raiding either Santa Fe or an outpost. And that, and just some of the other mistakes I was making, I decided to redo from here. So this is my first playthrough, and what I've learned is you're better off playing, filming, and then producing it and putting it up on the web so that if you find out you're making mistakes, you can at least fix it before you go too far. So learned a lot in this. One of the other mistakes I was doing was when a raid happens, if your family is in an area with an outpost or a lower area, because remember, an outpost is considered to be like here, here. If it's here, then it controls all 3 of these. And if it's in an area equal to or lower than an outpost, they're automatically caught. They cannot do an evade. Well, they either have to fight a battle or caught, whatever, but you cannot evade or negotiate. So that's an important thing to learn. Okay, all that out of the way, let's continue. We just had our second scoring card, and I counted up, and I know that the next 4 cards after this one here cannot be scoring cards. So we at least have 4 cards respite before we have to worry about these guys scoring. So, and this guy can't do anything anyway. So I think we're going to take the opportunity to plan, get a child, and use our special look ahead action, get a sense of what's coming, if ceremony's coming or not. We've got a bunch of ceremonies cards in our hand still that we've got to deal with. Okay, so that said, let's age our elders and collect 10 AP. Excellent. So we're back in business there. I already put the child counter on here for us that we get from the card. So now we can go do our special elder actions. And one of the other things that I was doing wrong was you can only affect family ferocity once per planning. So even though Family B here is at +2, I can only bring him down to a 1. All right, Elder 1 to 3 gets 2 actions, and he gets 1 success. He will drop A to a 0. Okay. This guy here gets 2 rolls, 2 misses, and then I've got Each of these 3 guys gets 2 rolls. 1 success. That's going to drop B down to a 1. And now I've got to remember that I can't drop B down again this planning. The next guy, success. 1 success. So we're going to look ahead to the next 2 cards. Okay, this is what we got. We got 2 ops cards with a child and a woman counter. The events are nothing noteworthy. I'm just going to go ahead and put the child counter card on top. Maybe we'll plan again and then do passage of time with the other card now that we know we have a little time. All right, and we have 1 more elder to roll, and he fails. I thought he was going to just try to get an AP, so he struck out. All right, always get my chart here. Each elder, now we can spend some APs and get some trade goods, so we go down from 10 to 7 to put our trade goods back. We like that. And we don't want to do any tribal warfare or diplomacy at this point, since those instructions are both on standby. And I'm not sure we want to do anything anyway, because the whole point of tribal warfare, tribal diplomacy, allows, if the Comanche instruction were over here, tribal diplomacy would allow us to roll a die and put it randomly over here. But that could be worse. Something worse could come in. Tribal warfare allows you to exchange it for the one that's next to it. I don't feel that either of those are worth doing right now. All right, and then reset cubes. I am going to be a cube resetting machine now. All right. Okay. So he went first. Next card we know is this one here with his child. And he's got 0 AP. I forgot to move him down to 0. Yeah, why don't we preempt? We preempt for 3. Okay. So that takes us from 7 to 4. And we're just going to plan again and get 10 AP back, so we're up to 14. Everyone's getting older. And 1 to 4 gets 2 rolls, and he gets them both. So he will drop B to a 0, and then we will do another look ahead. So we already know this card is the one with the woman on it, and then this one is another operations, which is excellent to know. And the event is it's going to be no effect if card 41 is still in play, which is this one. Okay, so we'll keep them in that order that they were actually already in. All right, Mr. 1 to 3 gets 2, and he gets 1 success, so we'll take an AP. We're up to 15, and then we have 3 rolls at 1 to 2. 2 successes, 0, and 1. So 3 successes, and we're up to 18 AP. I like having my AP. Why don't we spend 3 trade goods to get a sheep, and then immediately spend 3 AP to buy them back? You know, I didn't confirm that you can only do that once. I need to go do that, because if we can do that more than once, I would love to be doing that a few times and, you know, loading up on all the sheep. But anyway, that's good for now. Okay, let's see what he's going to do. He collects 2 if we preempted, so he's going to get 2 plus 1 up there is 3, plus his 1 is 4. And for 4, he's going to go subjugating. So 1, 2, 3, excellent. 4. All right. Well, it's going to happen. Although, we can't use a trade good for that, can we? No, we can redraw a raid cube, but I don't think we can redraw a subjugation cube. Oh, all right. Got to check every option. Okay, that's all that happens. We don't do any resetting of this, so I think we're fine there. And the event is, oh, by the way, I forgot to do our events last time. If card 41 is still in play, no effect, but the last one is roll to see who recovers from drought. Let's do that. Recovering from drought is Territory 5. Well, that's good, because Territory 5 had some drought. Alright, the events on here are remove all corn. Is there any corn? We will remove all... That's not corn. No, there's no corn. Wait a minute. That's not corn. Those are outposts. And reset cubes once again. So these come back in. Which, that's good for us, I guess. Dilutes the pool. Alright, and then this one comes out and we know that it's the one with the woman on it. And we also know that there's another... This one here was another operations. So we've got an interesting decision here. Do we want to plan again and then do passage of time on the next one? Or do we want to do passage of time now? We could fill in family D completely. We could fill in family D completely. And then with the next one, go raiding and get these outposts off the map. What would planning one more turn? It would give us a woman count. Like this could be this guy. This could grow up to be a man. This could stay a child. So that would fill in. If we had a woman counter, she could become yet another elder. And these are going to die. But you know what? I tend to get greedy in this game, and this is where I make my biggest mistakes: is spending too many turns planning, trying to get the most stuff in the passage of time. So, all right, well, we have a ton of AP, so we know we're going to preempt. We may preempt for 3. Fine. We shall preempt for 3, so 15 to 12. And I am calling passage of time. Let's get family D some teeth back. Okay, so let's convert the counters very simply. Child's going to go here, and this one's going to, you're a man, my son. And adjust culture points. 0 holes in our family display down here, and 0 elders added, so we break even, which is fine. We have 9 culture. Return all animals. Okay, horses go back to here, and then they breed. So we get a horse and a sheep. Okay, that's great. Harvest corn. There's no corn to harvest. Feed population. All right. Let's check our heritability. We're at 3 for A. 3 for B is 6. Another 3 is 9, and another 3 is 12. Okay, that's 12. And how much do we have to feed? Well, we have 4 times 3 is 12, plus 5 is 17. Okay, so, and we said 12 here, so we need 17. We need another 5. So we're going to have to consume a couple of sheep counters. So we are sheep eaters. We don't eat no corn. If you came up to my people and said, you're a bunch of cunning mutton eaters, we would say, why, thank you. We are. All right. Yeah, no corn. Feed animals. We have families in 1, 2, 3, 4 different territories. We can support 4 pairs. So these horses go back, unfortunately. And make an elder death check. All right, now this is where we're going to get some of these ceremony cards out of our hands. So this guy right here, we're going to use a 5. So he survives, or she, right? He or she, an elder. All right. This one at 1 to 3 is going to have to roll for it. Come on, baby. Come on. Hang in there. 3. Okay. We could do a reroll on it. No. All right, and then we have 3 here. One of them is going to survive by discarding this 3. So that's higher than a 2. So we're good. And then we have 2 at 1 to 2. Come on. One of them. Bummer. All right, I thought we'd end up with 4, but so now only 3 of our families can activate. Ah, screw it. You know what? I think we can use trade goods to reroll dice, right? Let me just confirm.